Assalamualaikum. My name is AHMAD bin SUHAIMI and I will present introduction of teen suicide. What is teen suicide? Teen suicide is an attempt made by a teenager who want to cause his or her death on purpose. Teen is a person who are at the period in which they are aged between 13 and 19 years old. Teen suicide is common phenomenon in society. There are many ways how teen can commit suicide, which is often done in our community. For example, drinking poison, jump from tall building that can cause the internal and external organ to be damaged, dilate the veins, suffocate own self and take sleeping pills in excessive amount. All those kind of deaths can cause death for the perpetrator. There are some statistics from adolescent health and nutrition survey about suicidal ideation among Malaysian teens. In 2012, suicidal ideation among Malaysian teens is 7.9% but increased to 10% in 2017. For suicidal plan increased from 6.4% to 7.3%, while suicidal attempt increased from 6.8% to 6.9% in the same period. According to the survey on Malaysian secondary school, 13 years old students have the highest rate of suicidal behavior, which is suicidal ideation at 11.2%, suicidal attempt at 10.1% and suicidal plans at 9%. There are some factors that makes teens have suicidal behavior. The first factor is mental illness or depression. Mental illness or depression makes teens feel they cannot play their role in their family or society and they feel their life is meaningless. Second factor is family problem. This is because parents do not pay enough attention to their kids in terms of affection, social support and others. The next factor is academic achievement. Teens bear the pressure from their parents who insist their kid is get the best performance in examination. If the teenagers fail in the examination, it make them feel guilty towards their parents and this can cause teen suicide.
So, for case chronology, indisputably, suicidal thoughts are unavoidable, especially for ones who feel sad and life is meaningless. Referring to yearly statistics in Malaysia, suicide attempts or death victims increased by 20% last year. We can see that teenagers or early adolescents from 19 years old to 30 years old is one of the leading categories that have the highest rate. So the question is, how it first happened? Of course, because of suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts pops up in one's mind because of depression and there are factors that lead to it. According to a Brody model, suicide has 3-stage process. Stage 1 ideation, they think about suicides even more. They might be thinking about dark thoughts, obsessing over dark music and play it repeatedly or expressing it in artistic ways. Stage 2 planning, dark thoughts begins to turn to formulating a specific plan for suicide. Behavior starts to worsening and they start to cast themselves away from the others too. Stage 3, when the suicidal person makes the decision to commit suicide, it is actually made unconsciously and that is what we call as autopilot. They seem more normal because they made the decision to end their life and it's no longer doubt with the decision they made.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ZAFIRAH. So today I'm going to present about the issue of the teen suicide. First of all, who is teen? Teen or teenager is a person who is between 13 to 19 years old that have been going through puberty to get to know the meaning about real life. At this period, they have been challenged emotionally to try everything they saw. According to an ST article on 24 March 2021, a 16-year-old girl trying to attempt suicide because she has been scolded by his father and make her feel depressed. The other cases was published at a World of Buzz News where a Chinese female committed suicide due to stress from academic pressure. Both of these cases was related with depression. People can experience depression in different ways and it is considered as a serious mental illness that can get worse without proper treatment. In Malaysia, 2.3% or half a million of the Malaysians are suffered from depression. The next case is from the Star article published on 14 December 2020, reported a 16-year-old girl who lived with her father tried to leave her house to get to her mother after had been sexually abused by her father. The girl also tried to kill herself before. This shown that family problem also can lead to committing suicide. Family life can be a source of pain and disappointments that affect so much to young people because they find the love and support that's supposed to come from home are hard to get on. Divorce or separation, having a mental health problem, domestic violence and abuse are a few factors of family problem. Next case is published on NST. A 17-year-old girl jumped off her condominium after having been threatened by her boyfriend to upload her private photos on social media if she refused to have sex with him or decide to end the relationship. A similar case also published on the Star and make the victim leave her schools, attempt suicide twice, turn to drugs and become homeless at age of 16. This proves that toxic relationship can lead to commit suicide too because have been threatened and make them afraid to face the public. The last case is published at Word of Bus News where a son committed suicide due to financial problem, leave his parents behind. He had lost his source of income during MCO due to global pandemic. Most of people are managed to face this problem but eventually it can go deeper and lead to suicide. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Now we move to how we are read. As a public relations practitioner, we analyze that there is a lot of fact and action that have been taken on this topic of teen suicide. Today, I will discuss 3 of the right that have been practically create awareness about teen suicide. First is having awareness campaign at school. In this context, there are some organizations that want to make these activities become special period at school. There are some activities that have posted online to create awareness about this topic. As examples, Safe Haven. These activities focusing on the risk of factors and the sign warning of teen suicide. Next is many organizations have been created to create awareness about teen suicide. These organizations help public to more aware about the teen suicide. As example, the organization that actively involved is Choose Life by Jason Reid. He is the person who created Choose Life organization in order to help public to know more about teenagers and the factor of teen suicide. He also shared about his experience about losing his son due to suicide. And lastly is awareness and educational video about teen suicide. Malaysia now have actively alert about this topic. As example, there is a video in YouTube called Youth Suicide that handled by Ideas and collab with Relate Mental Health Malaysia. In this video, we can see the detail about teen suicide or youth suicide that have been analyzed for a few years. This video helped us to more aware about how bad teen suicide that happen around us every day. So the conclusion is there's a lot of right and action that have been taken to make this world more aware about teen suicide. That's all. Thank you.
So, as a conclusion, teen suicide is something that we should take very seriously. A lot of teens assume that suicide is the only solution for them to solve their problem. They can see no way out, but only death. They thought that by taking their life, their problem will be gone and they will become happier. But the reality is, they will make it even worse. They will make others become sad and also make them to have depression. It is normal for humans to have depression, but it is how we handle it and take it either toward happiness or depression. As humans, we should appreciate our life because not everyone get a chance to live in this world. They hope that they will live longer. So as a human that grateful, we should use our chance to live wisely and take care of ourselves. So we should be grateful to God because give us chance to live. We should use that chance by doing something good and make us happy. Taking your life just make your life even worse and give sad ending to your life. I hope that teens that think suicide is the only solution to their problem to be smart to handle their problem. Life is not easy. It depends on us how we handle the problem. Either make it better or make it even worse. Thank you.